Hello, everyone, and welcome to CV Chats. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I'm going to be your host as we have different conversations, different chats with people all around the globe about our bodies, different parts of our bodies, our businesses, our relationships, our finances, our children, different things that maybe may not be a conversation you would have with others, but we're going to have conversations here that hopefully will inspire you to whatever's going on in your life, but also what can we create, inviting a different conversation about vaginas, penises, bodies, and so much more. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of CB Chats. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I'm your host. Today, I wanted to have a different kind of conversation about our bodies. You know, your magical body got created with your mom, your dad, someone who contributed to this co-creation of this magical body. And so often, we tend not to recognize how much our bodies have power, they have capacities, they have abilities, they even have talent and superpowers that if we're not really paying attention to, it may be easy to misidentify as something different. So yesterday, we celebrated Mother's Day all around the globe. I know there's some countries that do Mother's Day at a different time of the year. But one of the things that was really important for me, I'm also a mom. I also have a mom. And looking at this not just as the mom that gave birth to me, but without the earth, we wouldn't even have bodies. So, what if today was actually about the celebration of our bodies? Celebrating Mother Earth and celebrating those that gifted us, our physical bodies that were there to nurture us, care for us, not just feed you, but really be that inspiration, that invitation, that leader that showed you the way. And with that, what's different for you and your body? Because I know a lot of times, even from a visual perspective, your body looks a lot like your mom or your aunt or your grandma. It's certain people in the family with the features, whether it's the hair, the eye color, the shape. But what if it doesn't have to be that way? If we start to actually acknowledge those who contributed in the creation of our bodies. But what if at some point it wasn't about them anymore? It actually was more about you having communion and communication with your body and determining what your body desires. No, not something what we learn in school, but I wish this was one of the first things that you learned. This magical body, even if you're twins, is different for each of you. The being that is embodying with this body, with the earth, with this reality is going to be unique. There's only one of that being and one of this body that exists on planet Earth. And if you allow, you have the ability to create with your body. Now, yes, there might be some features that are going to be very similar to your mom, to your aunt, to your grandma, your dad, or someone else in your family. But when we really talk about bodies, especially from Conscious Vagina, it's really starting to tune in on what is your body actually giving you information about. Like, for example, I'm in Prague We just finished Global Foundation, which is a huge event. Got to work with a lot of people all around the globe, them, their bodies. But I was also very aware of the thousands of people who were online. Their bodies weren't there, but I could so perceive their bodies. And our bodies have that gift. They're just like a tree. A tree has this root system that communicates to trees all around the globe. Like, for example, a banana tree is more like its root system or more like a water system. So when other trees require water, it actually gives water to them. Some don't get a lot of sun and through their root systems actually have access to it. Some might be requiring certain kind of elements in the soil that they're missing. Like, did you guys know when a weed actually gets created in your garden? I know if you're in America, people spray it, and other countries. However, the weed didn't come up by accident. There's some nutrient that soil was missing, that earth, that part of the earth was missing some element of nutrient. And the weed gets created from the earth to provide that nutrient that's missing. And there's certain farms around in Australia, organic farms. The minute the weed gets seen, they pull it out, they grind it, and spray it all around that land. Guess what? Next season, no more weeds because the nutrient that land required, it received. Your bodies are very similar. They are communicating continuously with other bodies, just like trees do. Now, your body might show you intensity, pain, even a headache. You got to ask a question of who does it belong to? Because a lot of times what your body's actually communicating is, hey, over there, that person has a knee pain. By the way, that person has a headache. Let's contribute to them because their body is communicating with your body. And as you start to really engage and communicate with your body, just by the question, hey, body, what information are you sharing with me? What is this? Who does it belong to? Is it mine? Body, is it yours? Is it someone else's? Is it something else? Something else predominantly can be the earth. But it's not 100% the earth, but it usually is very close. Someone else doesn't even have to be someone you know. It's just your body being aware of their body and giving you information. But if you go to, instead of saying, I'm noticing some sensation in my body, if you say, oh, I have a headache, oh, I have this pain, then your body actually has to create what you're saying you have. Isn't it interesting? Like, these are tools I wish I knew from the minute I was born. Because look at how often we are aware of someone requiring us. How often do you call your mom or you call your sister or best friend and they're like, I really needed to talk to you today? Or there's something going on in their world and you were tapping in. Well, it's not a coincidence. It is. Their body is communicating with your body and asking for help, asking for contribution. Now, where we tend to fall into this trap is if your body shows you the information, a pain, intensity, or something else, immediately we quote, feel it. So we take it on. Now, when you take on someone else's headache, technically it's not yours. So it's not there for you to release it, but you just hooked on to what's going on for them. So by you trying to take it away, you're actually trying to take it away from them. And if they're not ready to let it go, it just sits and it stays in your world. You cannot clear something that doesn't belong to you. So, all those moments that you perceived intensity, pain, or anything else that your body was giving you information about, or the earth was giving you information about, and you misidentified it as yours. And like good girl or boy, lady or gentleman, you just took it on. Will you please now let it go? So all those places you aligned and agreed, resisted and reacted to it, bought it, sold it, will you now please return it back to all its senders and give them consciousness? Let them become aware they have another option and allow you to now set you and your body free. And everything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100, shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. That long sentence is like a magic wand from Access Consciousness. You can go to theclearingstatement.com. What it really is allowing all those places we make this awareness, this information, this energy, right, wrong, good, bad. Anywhere we made those points of views be something we have to avoid the awareness or defend for it or defend against it. All the moments we made it be a gasping for air moments, all those beyonds. And all the things you created with it, and all the things you destroyed. Yeah. And then all those nuclear spheres, like when you were a kid and you had like a little bubble and then another bubble and a bubble and a bubble. Yeah. We just let all that go. If you'd like to know more, you can go to theclearingstatement.com, and Dr. Dane here and Simone Millicis will give you guys some great information about it. But you don't even have to know. By you just saying pot and pock, or saying, right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 100, which is all the stories. Shorts, boys, povads, bases, creations, and beyonds. You actually start to notice, oh, wow, notice what happened there. Did you gain more space? Yeah, because it's taking all those layers and setting it free. And as you start to communicate more with your body, start to also notice, do you have more space? Like, is your body more spacious? Are you more spacious? Do you notice, oh, the headache went away? Because the minute you acknowledge when it's not yours and you give freedom to return it back, you free you, but you also free that person to also have consciousness about it. They might get an idea, and some, they have no interest in knowing about it, so they may not know. So I tried this tool, Who Does This Belong To, for 3 weeks when I first learned it. And I really recommend at least 3 days. Because what you're going to realize is that our awareness is so much greater than what we realize. And as you keep taking on your awareness and making it yours, you actually have to lock it into your body. And as you start to unlock and let it go, and there's lots of tools, lots of different things. Massage is great. There's Access Consciousness body processes. There's the Access bars. There's Symphony of Possibility session. There's lots of ways to help release it. There's lots of ways to start to open up more space for your bodies. There's Reiki. There's all sorts of different things you can try. But when you start to actually let it go, is when you're going to have the greatest freedom of what's true for you. But if you're going based on, hey, I felt it, I'm sensing it, it's mine, it's going to stay with you but it's never really yours. You're inventing it, so you're locking into the body, but you really can't do much with it. It's not yours. So 98 to 99% of all thoughts, feelings, emotions, pain, intensity, all those sensations are just the way your body is giving you information of what it's perceiving in other bodies. In the earth, it's noticing the earth. The earth will pull as well. So, as you celebrate this magical body every single day, what if it's not about your body being wrong? What if it actually is this gift, this strength, this power that you and your body have? And all the ways you've been healing people your whole life, you just didn't know it. You know, when you hug someone and they feel really good, that is you and your kindness and your body's capacity of helping to melt things. But you are there as that space, that kindness. The other person is actually in charge. They are in charge of their own healing. They're in charge of letting something go or holding on to it. So, what if one of the greatest gifts we can be for ourselves and for others is to start to have more awareness of what's true for us and all those places that we are healing others that are not interested in being healed? What if we didn't have to harm our bodies anymore? Or your finances, or your business. You know, healing comes in many forms. We have a lot of capacities when it comes to healing. So, if there's a place in your life where things aren't really working, you have that intensity or sensation or anxiety around it, what if you asked, what is this? Who does it belong to? Is it mine? Is it someone else's? Is it something else's? Like for me personally, when I started to learn this tool, I used to get a lot of like sensational spasms in my back. I never had like pain, but every once in a while I would get these spasms. And I started to use Who Does This Belong To tool. And the first time it was like, oh, it belongs to my mother. I was like, no, my mom has so much pain. I don't want to give it back to her. But what I realize is, even though my mom's face showed up as it belonged to her, it wasn't hers. When we return it back to the senders with consciousness attached, it returns back to where the energy got stuck, and this became a point of view. It's actually beyond us. It's something that somewhere, somehow, it got picked up. And then we all became aware of it. And as our bodies started to give us this information, we started to act like it belonged to us. So I did this tool for 3 weeks, and it was funny. Every time I asked, it didn't belong to me. And I just started doing like, okay, well, if it belongs to me, you can ask, what is this? What can I do with it? When did I buy it as mine? Because you learned it somewhere. You picked it up from somebody. Can I change it? If so, how can I change it? And as you start to ask the questions, it's not about your head, but you'll start to know that you might get some energy, you might get some awareness, you might need to go see a doctor. You know, you're going to gain more information and awareness as you start to ask the questions. And then if it's someone else, like I said, if you're willing to say, anywhere I aligned and agreed, resisted and reacted, bought it or sold it, I now return it back to all the senders with consciousness attached. What you do is you give your body permission to release it, and you can get some help releasing it. And you also allow it to go to that initial moment it got created as a point of view. The consciousness hits it or whatever. Now it has consciousness. So it breaks apart where the energy got stuck to become a point of view. But anyone else who thought it was theirs, they also gain awareness that, hey, maybe it's a miracle, it's gone. Or, oh, I have an idea, I need to go see a doctor. Or that's when they gain more awareness too. If it's something else, just it's the beautiful earth talking to you. Just go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 is one of the easiest way to release where that energy is stuck in the earth. Okay? You could do it waking up in the morning, do it 10 times. You could do it as often as you like. But what you're actually doing is that you're contributing whatever energy is required. You can even send a prayer for the earth. You can even send a kiss. By you acknowledging, it's something else. Here, earth, whatever you require, here it is. It will go to wherever it's required. That's the easy part about consciousness that no one tells us about. So, what is your body communicating with you today? What is it saying to you? And I really invite you guys, CB Chats got created from these incredible classes, programs, sessions, body processes with Conscious Vagina. And it's not just about your vagina. It really is about this embodiment with our bodies, the willingness to include every single inch of our bodies and be grateful. Utilize them in everything. And when we stop judging our bodies, when we're actually listening and communicating, what else can be created? I'm going to be facilitating a Conscious Vagina class, an intro class, a one-day class, and a body class coming up next weekend if you guys want to join us. And it's online. If you like to come to Kazakhstan, it will be in Kazakhstan as well if you'd like to do it live. And we have them all around the globe at different months. Right now, this is the class that's coming up. But I really invite you guys, what if the first starting point is, no matter what's going on, whether it's a pain, a sensation, or anything else, what if the first step is gratitude? Thank you, body, for this information. Thank you, body, for this information. Because the minute you start with gratitude, you can't even judge. Judgment, low harmonic energy, gratitude's high. The two never touch each other. They're on two separate wavelengths of frequency. The minute you're willing to be grateful, you also open up the doors of awareness. So, body, what information are you sharing with me? Try it. Try it throughout the day. And I'm curious, let us know, send us feedback. You can go to globalwellnessforall.com, contact us page. You can go wherever you found this, whether it was on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, we're everywhere. Give us feedback. Because this is not just this one item, but like the minute we start acknowledging our body's voice and including it and engaging with it, communicating and creating that communion, that's when we invite so much more to be created. So, what is possible with you and your body today that you've never considered before? I invite you. What gratitude can you be and have with your body today? So, Look forward to seeing you guys somewhere soon on Zoom or in person. And if you guys have any particular topics you'd like to know more about, email us, message us, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. I know you guys send us a lot of stories of change. We love it. Keep it coming. But also, where else can you share this? That it actually trickles it out to all those who don't have this information. Like, what would it be like if people all around the globe knew these tools existed? Just the fact that they can be grateful for their body was an option. I wonder, what world would we have? So, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you guys sometime really soon. Thank you for being here with CD Chats. Hopefully you had some awarenesses, information, some new tools to help you with whatever's going on in your life. Maybe even gain some more communication with your body. And we invite you to, who do you know that can also have this conversation contribute to? Will you help us in spreading the seeds and inviting this to go even deeper all around the globe, to people to know something else is available for us, and we can choose something different with our bodies every single day. So thank you for being here. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or would like to have a particular topic on the next shows, comment below and let us know. You can always also send us a message in our Facebook. We also have Instagram with Conscious Vagina, and you can also contact us at globalwellnessforall.com/contact. See you soon.